Hey guys, what's happening? This is Divyansh and welcome to the United Talk. Manchester United 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. This game could have easily been 4-4 only at half-time, simply because the amount of chances that these two teams created in the first half. It was a great watch for a neutral. If you're a neutral, if you love football, if you're watching this game, it was a great watch because both the teams had chances. Both the teams lacked the finishing quality, but both the teams looked like scoring at any given moment of time. And in that first half, I thought, while United, they had their chances and Daniel James should have scored at least one goal, all of the players of Manchester United were hit and miss in that first half because everybody had spells of good passes or good runs and good this, that, but then everybody also gave away balls in the middle of the park, and that's what worried me in that first half. That's what frustrated me in the first half because you've seen a pattern throughout the season that United's passing, now forget about the final third because that creativity is not there. We lack a creative edge. But even in the middle of the park, sometimes we are not able to string a few passes together. We give away balls very, very easily. And that's been a pattern that I've observed and that we have observed over the past 4-5 months now in this season. So that's been a problem for United. But the main frustrating part in that first half was that the amount of chances that Wolves got, at least half of them were because of United mistakes, because of the individual errors that United players made. I mean, you talk about that disallowed goal of Pedro Neto and how lucky, by the way, how lucky United was and how unlucky Wolves were because of that. Because while it's a right call by VAR that it shouldn't have stood that goal and it was a handball, but it's a unintentional handball. And it's very unlucky, and that rule needs to change because if this would have happened to Manchester United, I think we all would have come out and we all would have just gone against VAR. So it was a very harsh call. It was not a deliberate handball by Raul Jimenez, and that goal should have stood for Wolves. But that goal or that opportunity or that chance for Wolves came because of a mistake by Fred. And I don't want to call Fred out because he gave very good passes to Daniel James as well throughout the match, but this is like a summation of every player and how every player played for Manchester United in the 90 minutes in this game, because we gave away a lot of balls in midfield and that resulted in a lot of chances for Wolves. And towards the last 10 minutes of the first half, I was just thinking to myself, this game needs a half-time for Manchester United, not for Wolves. Wolves would like to keep going because they were the ones who were looking like scoring. In the last 10 minutes, United was not. And then there's always a threat of United pressing that self-destruction button. That self-destruction mode that United go into where they just commit an individual error and they just give away a goal from a corner or a set piece. And there was so many corners Wolves were getting throughout the game. So I was just thinking that we need half-time. After half-time, nothing changed. It was the exact same replica of first half. In the first 15 minutes of the second half, exact same things happened. Wolves had chances, we had chances. By the way, I forgot to mention, Raul Jimenez, a special call out to you and Wolves fan because of the skill that he pulled out in the first half. There were 3 defenders he beat with that skill. It was a tame shot in the end, but what a skill, a sublime piece of skill by Raul Jimenez. That should have been a goal for Wolves. Coming back to the second half, I think same as first half, nothing different, and then the goal came. And I'm going to come to a Marcus Rashford injury later, and we're going to talk about Bruno Fernandes in a minute as well. But that goal that United scored was on a counter-attack, and that's what United does. They score goals on counter-attack. It was a great pass by Anthony Martial, and even a better finish by Juan Mata because he was calm. He showed his pace to run in behind the defense. He showed his calmness and his vision. Actually, not a vision, but he showed his calmness to actually stay onside when the ball was played and then go ahead and then score that sublime chip over the keeper. It was an amazing goal, but it's a goal that United scored on counter-attack, and that's my worry. There was no creativity. We were trying to create chances, but we couldn't because Wolves were so compact. And at that moment of time, if you're a Manchester United manager or any team's manager, you're tempted to put on the best striker that you have right now on the bench, on the field, essentially, because he is the top goal scorer for Manchester United, Marcus Rashford. And when you're drawing 0-0 in the second leg, or you're winning 1-0, whatever it is, you are tempted to throw on Marcus Rashford because you're expecting the players to kill the game after that. Go ahead, score another goal, kill the game. It's all done in a state, take a rest, be happy. and that's why Rashford came on. But it was unfortunate that he got injured the way he did, because it was an impact injury. I think it was Doherty who came behind Rashford, and I think Doherty's knee collided with Rashford's calf. So I think it's an impact injury. Looked quite serious to me, because when a player tries to run it off and can't run it off, it's always minimum 2 to 4 weeks. Solskjaer in the end of the game has said that he'll try to make sure that Rashford is available for the game against Liverpool on Sunday. I actually feel that that's not going to happen. And by the way, I feel even if Rashford is available for Sunday, I feel that United will have no chance of winning that game. I'm so sure about it, and you call me negative or whatever, but I'm so sure about it. If United wins that game on Sunday against Liverpool at Anfield, I will give away a free merchandise to one Manchester United lucky fan. Whoever comments on that video, the video that I'll make after the Liverpool game, whoever comments on that video, in case we win that game, I'm ready to come out and give away a free Manchester United merchandise to that person. So after we scored the goal, I think we controlled the game really well. For me, every player was a hit and miss in the first half and in the second half. There were players who played well, and the same players then who misplaced passes, did this, did that, and it was that kind of a game. But my man of the match was again divided between Brendan Williams and Juan Mata, because special call out to Williams, because that player not only defended well, he showed his speed while defending, he showed his strength while defending. While going forward, he's always in good areas, always trying to support the attackers. So for me, that kid deserves to be man of the match. Juan Mata in the past 2 games has really played well. He's tried to find those passes in the middle of the park, trying to find those pockets of spaces behind the midfielders, and he has created a difference. He has made a difference for Manchester United. So my man of the match are these 2 players. Moving on, I think, and I talked about Bruno Fernandes a minute back. Bruno Fernandes to Manchester United rumors are quite strong. It will happen. And for those of you who are living under a rock right now, Bruno Fernandes is a 25-year-old sporting player who plays in the Portuguese league. His stats in the league, in the Portuguese league, and I agree that Portuguese league is not the league where you go out and compare your players with, but his stats are unbelievable this season. He scored a lot of goals. He's a goal-scoring creative midfielder. So if we buy him, we will buy him at a position that we desperately need a player. This guy, the cost quoted for this guy is around 60 million, plus they also want a player in exchange of the deal. I think the player quoted is Marcos Rojo. No parties have problems with Marcos Rojo leaving United, but I think Fenerbahce have also come in for Marcos Rojo, so that complicates the deal. And it's a political situation from Sporting side, because they want Bruno Fernandes to play against Benfica on Friday, and that's why they have delayed this deal. I feel this deal will be done on Monday, because we will lose against Liverpool, simply because how good they are and not how bad we are. We are not great, we are inconsistent, we are great sometimes, and we are not that great other times. But Liverpool has been consistent, they are the world-class team right now. So I think once we lose against Liverpool and there will be outrage amongst fans, I think then on Monday it's a perfect time to announce Bruno Fernandes as a signing, because then you say, oh yeah, maybe we lost because we did not have someone like Bruno Fernandes, and now you've signed him, you've taken a right step in the right direction, so blah blah blah. That's what it's going to be, according to me. If we can sign him before that, which looks highly unlikely, I'll be really glad. All in all, I think we desperately need Marcus Rashford, to come back and play for us against Liverpool. But I think United should show up, and I want Jesse Lingard to be on the bench. United should show up against Liverpool, and if they play with the motivation and the desire which they showed in the first half of the Premier League season against Liverpool, when they played Liverpool at home at Old Trafford, then I think we'll get a point from this game. And if we get a point, I'll be really happy. Please do let me know what do you think about the video, guys. What did you think about the game? Please don't forget to like the video, share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and till the Liverpool game, stay motivated.